All right, here we go. Version 1.3 Anthem Cataclysm. So I've seen a lot of posts that have popped up on my phone that the Cataclysm has been released. I actually downloaded version 1.3 at 0730, 7:30 in the morning in San Diego, California, and I had it installed, but the servers were not the servers were not open. So I was going to try to stream a quick 30-minute, maybe hour video of this, but I had to leave. And now I'm back, and I am ready to check out the 1.3 update. Again, I've seen a couple of posts saying that the Cataclysm had been released. I did not click on any of those to try to watch any videos. I did watch a couple of the public test servers for PC a couple of months back when they started it, just to get a little bit of a feel for it, and that was very, very early stages for the Cataclysm. But I am jumping into this with fresh eyes and great anticipation and expectation as well to see what has been changed. I know that loot is the biggest one, but I'm primarily an explorer. I like to do free play. I'm pretty close to getting a javelin up to legendary status. All of them are masterworks at this point, but there is a lot of loot. There's just not a lot of legendary loot the way that it drops, so we'll see if that changed. Luck should all be changed to armor in all the random number generator rolls for the gear. The anomalies inside of Freeplay, where I spend most of my time, those gates should open now, and there should be sort of a horde mode or an ability to have a 3-tiered constant bombardment of enemies. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to new missions. I'm looking forward to the story element stuff. So there's a little bit of a grid, sort of a triangular. I know triangles are sort of a common theme throughout Anthem, and I see that sort of added to the background there. Okay, so patch notes. I'm going to do a quick run through the patch notes just to get it on screen, just so that I can... only microphone audio is being broadcast. I wonder why that is. That might just be because I'm jumping into the patch notes. So let's jump out of that, and let's not do the patch notes because I have to log into online, and I think it cuts out a couple of other things. So first thing that happens, melee slot unlocked. Able to throw in melee gear, things that we already see. A couple of new icons. There's a Cataclysm icon right there. Up at the top, some kind. And strangely enough, there's a sort of a comma after the thousandths place on number of coins, which is actually pretty interesting because before you wouldn't have that. It would just be 68, or it would just be a string of numbers. So if I had 58,000, it would be 58950. But they've added a comma to it, so now the hundreds place, thousandths place, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, I'm sure, is now, I guess, easier to identify. All right, so I am an explorer by heart. I've already got, let's see if Faye says anything new.
It's going to be hot. Stay hydrated.
Okay, so that's something new. Again, as I said before, I'm an explorer at heart. I thoroughly enjoy just walking around and exploring Fort Tarsus, Bastion, all the sort of things that fill the world. So let's kind of look at some of the new things here. So I've got a new icon above daily trials. And let's see, defeat scars, that's similar. Gear is new. Heart of the Ranger, there's a lot more dailies. A ton more dailies. I'd probably say twice as many dailies. That's I'm pretty comfortable in saying that. Let's look at weeklies. Oh, let me go back to dailies. Let's see if the rewards are a little bit different. So daily, definitely minor crystals. So that's the new currency, minor crystals. I see that there's one viewer making a couple of comments, so let me jump into my YouTube account and jump into my live stream, and then I can see what comments are being made. And long easy. All right, so yes, thanks. Yeah, so jumped into Anthem, looking at a couple of things that have changed. We talked about the minor crystals, uncommon ember, rare ember, pretty common stuff. Glad they threw that into the dailies. I'm not seeing any coins yet for dailies. Daily heart, events completed. Don't see a reward for that one. Okay, so there's my first coin, 500 coins. Normally the dailies that I think I've seen have been primarily factions, and you'll get about 2,000 coins for completing theirs. Oh, there it is. Melee War Chest, Storm. And okay, so I'm seeing the rewards not below the completion bar, but above where it says time remaining. So 11 hours. I'm going to just be streaming pretty much all night. So 200 coin, 100 minor crystal, 1 major crystal. So have the major and minor crystals replaced shards. Shards were one of those things that you had to pay for. Maybe shards still exist. Maybe they've taken that out all completely to kind of answer some of the complaints that players were having with, monetization. But it's all optional. Those shard stuff in the past, we'll kind of figure out what it is now. So it looks like melee war chests are new. Looks like we're getting 500 coins. All right, so looking like we're getting a good amount of coins for the daily. There's a lot more coins, or there's a lot more daily challenges, so the payout is probably 1/4 of it, but I would say that there's more, so you can probably get a good 2,000, maybe 4,000 coin by completing dailies. Let's look at weeklies. Are we getting, all right, so weeklies are giving 2,000 coins. There's 1, 2, these are pretty common. I think before weeklies were always giving out 2,000. All right, so here's some. Are those sigils? Oh, yeah. All right, so sigils, inscriptions. Okay. I'm really looking for masterwork sigils. That might be a challenge that I haven't completed. All right, so monthlies have always been sort of a contested part for me. They never used to give coins. They always used to give like masterwork ember, 100 or 10, and it's like I can get that out in the world just by exploring and smashing down some of the elements inside the world. So let's look what they give. Yep, still giving 25 masterwork embers. For a monthly, I know you're doing daily challenges, so why should they give you on top of that more coin? I don't know. I think you've met a monthly. At the end of the month, a couple more coins would be a very welcome change. But like I'm going to easily get probably 100 masterwork ember just by collecting loot, masterwork gear, masterwork weapons, and then just burning those out or scrapping them for the ember, and I'll definitely get like 100 easy loot masterwork items to then. All right, so Echoes of Reality. So Cataclysm challenges, that is new. Endurance challenges. Man, there's so much new stuff. That's good. That's awesome. Yes, I agree. This should have come earlier, but they had to fix a lot of the other things that people had complaints about. So they focused on that, and then they took some time to focus on this. I'm hoping that it meets everybody else's expectations. I'm sure it's going to meet my expectations. I've loved Anthem from the beginning. I stuck with it, played it. Enjoyed it, and you can see for some of the other videos of how I play. So the shards, which were on the top left, we know that those are major and minor crystals. All right, first thing that I see right off the bat, right in front of me, that is a new kiosk right in front of me. Before that was a tarped over, so that is. And there's new dialogue going between these two. Yeah. I'm definitely going to be listening to a lot of these. So they would usually talk about, sometimes you get NPCs scattered around Fort Tarsus. They would talk about going to Anthem. They would talk about, different interactions they would happen.
Like her to ignore you. No, I wasn't trying to be harsh. No, you said what you had to say. I just hope it isn't the last time we speak.
All right. I will definitely, I'm imagining that those types of interactions will be repeated. It would be awesome if they didn't. But there is Adams at the prison. I'm imagining that maybe, spoiler alert, there may be some things that they show in here that if you haven't completed the game yet. All right, look at that shard or that sort of ice crystal armor in the background. I'm going to talk to you here later. Seasonal store. That's a. Why are you wearing your helmet at the store? Maybe this is a secret character. Is that a little. Look at that guy right there. That would be awesome to have pets in this game. If you could find a pet, it followed you, it gave you some kind of moral boost. I would even say that I think it would be awesome to have drones in the game. If that was a gear item, to have a drone attached to your javelin that you could deploy, pushing, I think it might be left and right on the D-pad that aren't used in Anthem right now, to deploy those drones. Different types of drones. But having companions alongside your javelin, maybe even something that talk to you. I'm not necessarily saying something like the Destiny. It's not a spark, is it? I don't remember exactly what it's called, but that companion you have in Destiny, not something like that that's always constantly talking in your ear, but maybe every once in a while. All right, so the vaults are still the same for dumping a lot of stuff all at once. Not seeing too much in the realm of differences around here. Kiosk is still the same. Let's see what's inside the store.
If you're looking for stuff, you should shop here.
Okay. All right, let's check out what they've got in here. All right. Seasonal is a new one. So featured, couple of wraps, a couple of animations, a couple of different templates for fabrics. All right, let's look at the seasonal. All right, so there's a lot of different stuff here. War chest melee, so that's going to give you a melee type of gear for that slot. Major crystals, some skins that's a little bit different. All right, so decals, animations. All right, so a little bit of a different layout. Now, this guy over here usually has the exact same thing. It just opens up differently. Here's usually opens up right to the featured stuff, but not necessarily always the same. Yeah, exactly the same stuff. Nothing different there. I kind of wish they would have one side be crafting, the other side be featured gear or seasonal events. I believe rewards is a new one. Nope, rewards is the same. Yeah, but it looks like you can buy seasonal events with the new type of currency. Now, if you go into the store, can you buy those crystals? Not 100% sure. We'll look at that later. Okay, let's go. I think I might just go straight into Freeplay, but I want to kind of look a little bit more around Bastion. None of the layouts have changed too much. Some of the dialogue has changed a bit. The Sentinels are still standing in the same. These guys haven't moved. I wish they would actually kind of lower their weapon every once in a while. Show some movement. I don't necessarily know if I've stood here long enough to see if they actually do drop their weapon, but I know they're usually carrying it on their shoulder. I don't know if they hold it with their other hand sometimes, but we'll look at that another time in a different video when I'm doing those kinds of things. Oh, okay, so right off the bat, I thought it just loaded in. A little bit of a delay in the loading. That scaffolding seemed like it had disappeared. So that is still the same. A lot of the geometry is still very similar. There may be a couple of different NPC costume changes or different types of clothing that they're wearing. It's definitely leading me in a different direction. I'm waiting for this scaffolding to come down. I really want this to just go away. And then we get to see what's behind here. Hopefully, eventually, they'll do that. All right, so up here, one thing that I wish they would fix, I've posted this on the Reddit for, hoping that they find fixes, is that the textures for these javelin statues is extremely low res, and depending on where I'm at, now you can see some of the textures starting to load, but if I back up, they get, less and less, but if I back up a little bit more, some of the texture pops in, but I know that they're statues, but I know that the texture should be better. Maybe they'll fix that at some other point. So this is a new door. Before, the only door in Fort Tarsus that could be opened would be this one right around here where the princess is at. Again, like I said, spoilers. And those two have been standing pretty much here the entire game. They haven't moved around. That's one thing that I hope that they update in the future. Similar to how No Man's Sky is changing the way that their individual NPCs stand still right now in the No Man's Sky Beyond, which is coming on the 14th, which is next week. Lots of updates to some of my favorite games. They need to move around and change. She could sit there in that chair sometimes. She could be up here where the bed's at looking at some of these things. But, you know, what I want and what I get isn't always going to be synonymous. But let's see what else we got over here. All right, so spoiler coming up here. There might be some story animations coming up once I go into this prison. But let's look around a little bit more. And yeah, this something about artwork. I think they're going to talk about art. Talented art. They're going to say something about art.
In this world, art is always last.
Yeah, that's fairly similar. Some of the stuff I've heard early on when I opened up is different. They definitely need to add some more of that. I don't know if some of these radio shows are different. I'll look at those a little bit later. Yeah, so as you can see, there's a lot of these doors around here, and there's a lot of these gates that are closed. I imagine if Anthem had launched a little more well-received by the community and they didn't tear it apart, you know, rightly so in some areas, wrongfully so, I think, to the degree that they tore it apart in many other areas. Primarily, it's just loot from my perspective, and that might be important, or primarily important to most people. Their perception of what loot rate drops should be, and it was really just, I've said this before, the legendary highest tier. So lots of doors around. I'm getting sidetracked, I apologize. So there's definitely potential for adding more open doors, but this is a new door that is now open. All right, so if anybody, let's go down to the bar real quick. Let's see if that has changed. Let's see if Madam Chronicler and the Bard say anything new. Is this online multiplayer or own server single player? So, yeah, sorry I didn't really reply to any of the comments that you said before. Good to see you as well. Looks like you logged in with a different account, but one that I'm familiar with. Now you're back in there as Long Easy. Yeah, so it is online. So in the area that I'm in right now in Fort Tarsus, it is essentially a single player. None of the other players can experience the order in which I experience Fort Tarsus. So as I play in the multiplayer, which is the primary focus of the game, it is multiplayer. You're always going to log in to the server and then log into a local, well, not local, but a multiplayer server with 4 other javelins, and go out on missions, explore the world, all that kind of stuff. So I guess this area is a single player server. I don't know if it's necessarily a server, just part of the game. Like sometimes when the servers shut down, I can still, or the server that I was playing in the free play, that will have to shut down, but I can jump back over to here. But if the servers can never be contacted at the title screen, I can't get to here, if that makes sense. I hope I didn't make that more confusing than maybe it started to be. All right, so down here in the bar, let's see if any new NPCs, maybe NPCs will populate as I start to move through the Cataclysm event. But if you haven't really seen this area Long Easy, this is a pretty barren bar at the beginning. Oh, have you moved or just my audio? It sounded like he was from, yeah. So he's always there. He always says freelancer in the bar, freelancer in the house, whatever. All right, so sometimes NPCs will come down here with some missions or just some dialogue trees that you can use to sort of experience the story of Anthem. This guy has stood here. He's a sort of a side story. All right, so I think nothing new there. Hopefully a lot of this stuff changes. I really hope that they either open up an all-new fort, go to Anthem. That would be pretty cool. That might not happen until the sequel. I'm sure that they're considering it. It just depends on how well the community receives this update. All right, here we go. Spoiler alert if anybody hasn't done this before. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. All right, so the prison block. Now, those that have played up to a certain point in the campaign of the, at least the critical campaign, we bumped into one of the sort of, I guess, not necessarily the enemies, but sort of our oppressors, I guess, at the very beginning of arriving to this planet. Alright, so this is something I'm familiar with from watching the PTS, but I don't know if there's going to be one of the prisoners that I was talking about. I don't know, does this send me to the Cataclysm? Alright, let's check it out. Let's see what he says.
Grandmaster Adams, what brings you back to Fort Tarsus?
I've got a job for you. One that requires both speed and discretion.
I don't suppose this job has anything to do with the weird-looking sky we've had lately?
As a matter of fact,
All right, give me the details.
our best intel says it's the Dominion at work.
Please tell me they're not making another Heart of Rage.
And we don't know what they're doing. Yet. That's where you come in.
Speed and discretion.
I've got the location of a camp for you. Get in, find out what they're doing, shut it down, and fast.
I'm on it.
Good. And come back alive, freelancer?
Alright, tip of the spear. Grandmaster Adams believes the Dominion is behind the phenomenon in the sky above Bastion. He requires assistance to investigate a Dominion camp. The Dominion, a little primer on them, the expansionist military regime from Strahlheim that destroyed the city of Freemark when they attempted to control the cenotaph. Cataclysms, a violent, unpredictable disturbance created when the Anthem of creation overwhelms a shaper instrument, often appearing as an intense storm. Cataclysms create new wildlife, environmental destruction, and numerous other bizarre effects. Certainly, indeed. I will accept this mission. Don't self-destruct on me. Alright, so what is over here? Alright, so this prison is a new area that I haven't seen. So I see myself filling this with possible enemies. Alright, so this sentinel here is guarding it. I wish they'd at least say something. Hello? No? Okay. Stoic guardians. Stoic sentinels. Alright, maybe these will fill. There's got to be a reason for this, right? That will fill this at some point. Okay. So, oh, are you the log keeper? I'm sure that thing's going to be filled up here pretty soon. Alright, back out. I wish that this door would just open. Similar to the house that I was in before where the princess is at. But I have to go through a loading screen. They should change that. You never want to add more loading screens into a game that had problem with a lot of loading screens. So if they could fix that, that would be great. I'm sure it doesn't take a lot to change that loading screen or to remove it altogether. May not get that, but... Alright, so far, right now, I appreciate the extra missions that I'm going to be able to go on. I don't know if I've ever seen these kids standing here. Shouldn't you kids be in bed? Normally there's two kids during the daytime reading one of the books. Let's see if the general says anything. No, nothing here. Nothing different over there. I'll talk to her later. Alright. Now I'm not seeing any cut scenes yet. I thought maybe there'd be sort of a little setup. Alright, let's go help Adams investigate the Dominion. I think I'm going to go into Freeplay a little bit and not go right into this mission. Alright, so I was hoping that maybe when they made this update, these guys would be working on something else, but sometimes dynamically the layout of, and when I say layout, some of the clutter that's around Anthem or Fort Tarsus will, they'll move it, they'll change it, it'll be completely different. Kiosks open, NPCs like this one will actually populate. They'll open up the store. Like these kids right here, I know that they're normally sitting there. Normally during the daytime, not during the nighttime. But yeah, I was hoping that they would, get these guys out of here. Maybe have 3 of my preferred javelins always standing here. Or I could have all 4 of them. There's 4 stations. So that would be cool to actually have that. Alright, so let's jump into these guys. Let's go into a little bit of free play. We'll see exactly what it's what it's looking like. All right, so on the surface, still a little bit of the same. Free play Cataclysm events are available. The Cataclysm itself, I could jump into there. Echoes of Reality. And then free play. So I'm going to jump into free play. That's my bread and butter. That's what I enjoy the most. And then we'll look at that a little bit and then go into the Cataclysm. I'd like to kind of see if the overall world and environment kind of reflects. Let's go to Grandmaster 2. All right, one thing that they have said that has changed is that I shouldn't get a lot of epics or rare drops, sort of like what you see here, but these are sigils, but the color-wise. So I've got a couple of epics here that I need to put in. I always want to put in the armor, the combo, and then the gear sigil. I'm looking for masterwork sigils, and I believe that's through challenges primarily. I keep backing out of there instead of just clicking to the left with L1. Alright, so still got all the sigils. I'm in free play. Grandmaster 2. I am in my Ranger. And let's launch. Another thing that I wish they would fix, I don't know if they're going to take it out completely, is the sort of animation that shows that you're leaving Fort Tarsis and going, out into the world. I don't know if that's based specifically on where I select to jump into free play. I don't remember if I selected the Fort Tarsis launch pad or one of the Striders that are out in Bastion. But all right, so one thing I'm still noticing is at the top left, you see the progress bar for loading into Bastion. It's actually loading, but the bug I see is the bar isn't actually reflecting where I'm actually at in loading. And you'll see that quickly jump over to the right to catch up with where it's actually at. So I guess it's essentially an animation to try to show the player where the load's at. It's a little, I wouldn't say disheartening, but I would imagine with all the updates and fixes that should come as part of an update to have addressed some of those concerns. And I have. Now you can see it's kind of rushing to catch up to where it actually is. And then it pauses, but it's actually further along, and you'll see it jump over again to catch up to where the loading is. I would say it's probably at least another half of what we're seeing in the bar. So it's probably it's showing 50%, but I'd say it's closer to 70-75%. And then the bar is going to catch up and jump over there instead of actually going in increments. But the second time that it loads, so now we're going up to probably about 70%, and then it's going to jump one more time. You see the bar is not actually moving much at all. It'll jump up again, and then from this point on, it starts to show pretty much what it is. So that I have posted up on Reddit in the forums for things that BioWare can address. It's not a big thing. It's just sort of a quality of life. How much longer do I have to wait for a load? So excited to see what the world in free play looks like. The anomalies should open up. All right, let's see. Let's look up at the sky first. There should be... All right, legendary event tutorial. All right, a little bit loud on the audio, it sounds like. I'll probably turn that down. Select the legendary event icon on the map to track it. All right, so
is ready for
yep,
deployment.
that's
Setting
definitely
incoming
new.
reports for abnormal markers.
All right, let me know.
All right, so that before the Cataclysm was out in the distance in the mountains. You can see some of the previous videos or any of the anybody's videos that's shown sort of how the Cataclysm was approaching. This storm was way out in the distance, right over that mountain peak where my cursor's at. Now it's moved directly over Bastion. Decent animation on the clouds. It just looks like sort of a moving parallax, I guess. I guess parallax is more Mario kind of side-scrolling stuff, but some of the best clouds I think I've seen in some games has been No Man's Sky, where you can fly through those, and the clouds that I've seen in Ace Combat 7. Ace Combat 7 is currently in VR. No Man's Sky coming soon next week. All right, so let's see. Let's go into the map, and let's zoom out here. Now it says that I could one of the other things that people didn't like was that you couldn't put markers down to actually go to a specific place. It doesn't look like it's something that I could do even now, so that hasn't changed. But it's saying legendary events on the map. I think that might mean, or here it is over here. Legendary event right here. Shadowmark Anomaly. Alright, so maybe these anomalies that are scattered throughout Bastion will actually be marked for when one's about to open. So let's track that. So I am able to click that. Now does that give me a marker on the screen? Yes, it does. So I'm able to track that part. It looks like the icon doesn't quite load. That's also an issue. Sometimes it'll just be sort of a grayed pulsating circle. But then the icon, sort of that down arrow, doesn't load until later. Alright, Stormgate opens in 14, almost 15 minutes. So I'm not seeing... I am seeing a little bit of animation on the trees. I've seen that animation pretty similarly. Now it is a little loud, so let me go into... Don't want to run into that. Let me point down here so I don't run into something. Right about there should be good. Alright, let me go into settings and change the audio because it sounds loud in my headphones. So I want to turn down the... Oh, it doesn't look like I can change the... Oh, that's kind of a bug right there. See how it's sort of grayed out? I'm about to run into a... So I think 10% will be good. Let's get out of this before I run into the wall. Alright. Let's cool ourselves off here.
Serious energy is coming from those formations. Shaper crystals. That's new. They're alive, but, frozen.
Alright, so these are still the same. Some of these crystal events, that's still about the same, so...
Watch out. Something's coming. Looks like brutes.
The animation on the
Whoa,
gun
more crystal.
looks different.
Get ready for more trouble. The soldiers around you are waking up.
Alright, I've got one of these Valkyries over here.
Gate. Be ready for anything.
Alright, that gate opens in 12 minutes. I'm definitely going to want to do gates probably with another player. Alright, dashing gives me a little bit of an increase. They do seem a little bit harder. Normally I can take those guys out with about 1 or 2 hits. Let's wait till he gets in view, don't want to waste it. Yeah, the enemies feel a little bit harder. Normally I can take out their shields pretty quickly. Switch, I'm about to die here. Let's... Yep. One thing I don't like when it comes to getting my ultimate is sometimes I feel like I have to mash the button in order for it to trigger, because I've got a gear component that if I hit critical I think it's every minute, my ultimate will instantly fill. and that gives me sort of this instant boost to my health if I'm in critical, and I can kind of save myself. But I found myself mashing on the up directional button in order to trigger it, and sometimes it just doesn't. Like right now, I died there because I was mashing on the ultimate, and I don't know if it was waiting for a land animation to happen, because I was in the air at one point. It was just waiting for me to land and fully stabilize myself. But I should be able to, as soon as I hit my ultimate, it triggers no matter where I'm at. Just go into the ultimate pose animation. All right, so 10 minutes until the gate opens. Not the best way to start this, to die right away, but it feels like the enemies are slightly harder in GM2. Normally I can take these guys out with a quick hit with a gun. Yeah, definitely harder, a little bit stronger. Hit them with a combo, or maybe it's just that I'm getting distracted by other things and I'm not focusing on the strengths of the ranger. Alright, so these guys were all part of the pre-Cataclysm build-up. So these guys are nothing new. Alright, so I want to get sort of that combo started and then pop them with my R1. Alright, let's start moving closer to the, because as I get distracted trying to kill these guys, we'll see if that gate is actually showing that it's starting to open up. Let's move over there and see if the gate looks different, the anomaly anyway. Crystal Harvest. I was doing one of those before. I just want to kind of, and it looks like this. Nope, that's just a dead husk. Alright, 8 minutes, so I can see if I can do a little bit better on this encounter.
Freelancer, we might not be the only ones gathering crystals. Be on guard.
There we go. Getting closer. I almost feel like my...
There's a gate. Get ready.
I don't want my other gun. Man, the crystals are definitely a little bit harder. I am on GM2. They're not necessarily pushovers. Alright, let me take these guys out. So I still have a ultimate charge that I get whenever I hit critical. Let's go bust some of these other crystals over here. I've been playing around with a little bit of different builds on my javelins. I have a sort of what is it, a railgun type of weapon that shoots instantly without having to charge for the ranger. So I'll normally prime them with one of my weapons that puts acid, and then I will hit them quickly with a once they're primed, I'll hit them with a R1, and that will ignite the combo. But I think I've taken that out, or at least the and then also I would get an instant charge for every combo that I would hit, just to try and build up some other things for challenges. So that's sort of the build I'm kind of working with. I don't know if I like having to charge every time. Alright, let's get rid of this Valkyrie over here. Little freeze there. Alright, these Valkyries are much harder. Just got to get their shields down first so that I can get that combo going. Now normally once I would hit a combo on my other build, it would give me an instant... I'm going to rebuild his shields. Oh, got him in time. Nope, 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 nope. Alright, got that one. Make sure I pick up my health. Alright, let's take out the rest of these guys. I do need to kill those other crystal areas. Alright, looking at that, I've got 5 minutes. Got to keep an eye on that so I don't miss the opportunity to get into that gate. Alright, I got my charge on my ultimate, so I've got a little bit of a save in case my health goes down. I don't know about any other player. If anyone cares to watch and leave a comment. I use my ultimate a lot for sort of a save in case I get into a bad situation, especially on GM2 when I'm playing Freeplay. I'll team up with other players in the server. Like right there, I gotta push my ultimate in order to save myself. And that's coming from this guy way over there. I gotta charge up on him most. Gotta take out that Valkyrie over there. Alright, that take him out? Alright, good. He's gone. I can focus on these littler guys. Now I should get one ultimate charge still based on the not consumable, but the gear that I have attached. Oh, there's another Valkyrie there. Alright, watch myself. I'm out of ammo there. But I should still be able to get my acid build on this guy. Yeah, I don't think I like the charge. I think I might go back to the build to where my R1 is in almost an instant shot, and I've got 2 of those to use. Alright, I've got another 4 minutes, 28 seconds before the gate opens. So I've got to keep an eye on that. Oh man, there's a lot of these larger crystals. Before, there would only be one of these crystals that would jut out of the ground. Maybe that was a bug in the pre-event, and they were supposed to always come out. Alright, so I should still have my dash. That gives me Bloodlust. Is that not... doesn't seem to be triggering. Normally if I charge, it doubles my... I need to look at my my sigils and my builds. It may have changed some of that stuff. Alright, so this other crystal over here. Got 3 minutes, 50 seconds. Hopefully I can complete this. I was focusing on enemies. Yeah, 7,000 isn't a lot to be hitting for this crystal. I think I left this crystal alone before and I never came back to it. Melee seems to be doing the most damage. Alright, so that one's done. Got all the crystals destroyed. Now I need to harvest Shaper crystals. Defeat remaining outlaws, okay. I should still have my critical build for my ultimate if I hit critical health. Should still be good there. Let's take out some of these smaller guys. Already got a masterwork there.
Full retreat. We can't ask for better.
Alright, did they retreat? Yeah, got them down to enough enemies. This guy will probably phase out. I don't think I'm going to be able to kill him before he leaves. Oh, don't freeze me. I want to see if I can kill this guy. Yeah, he's going to phase out. Yep, phased out. Alright, so I completed that. Now, if the update is true, the world events, this shouldn't give me any epics. It shouldn't give me any rares. It should give me masterworks. Alright, so it is giving me epics still. It is still giving me rares. So that change did not occur. Now, I don't know if that was based strictly on strongholds not giving you those, but I'm in Grandmaster 2, and I'm still getting epics and rares, and I think that was a big complaint from players that why should I be getting epics and rares in a Grandmaster? So it doesn't look like they changed that. So these still looks about the same size. This should be the gate that's getting ready to open. Yep, so this one should open in about 1 minute 46 seconds. Now before, these would be littered throughout Bastion, and they would all look like this. Now, with the update, it might be that they only show this animation, this wisping, I don't know what you want to call it, looks like a sun going supernova or a black hole. That should open up. I should be able to fly in that and go into one of sort of those horde modes. It is nice that in a free play event, when these are happening, it looks like everybody's congregating around the 4 other javelins that are in this server. So it kind of lets us prepare for when the gate opens, and then we can all jump in as a team. Looks like some of the animations on these guys, is at least the way that they're coming into the world, looks a little bit different. Maybe just haven't noticed it before, haven't paid attention to it. Gotta take the... should probably never assume that I'm going to get a grenade to hit the guy. Now let's... Oh, that's a player. I was so used to firing at Valkyries over there that I mistook him for a Valkyrie, and it was just another javelin. Gotta look at that. Gotta pay attention to those blue dots. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go back to the build that allows me or gives me a instant boost to my gear whenever I ignite a combo. Alright, so 15 seconds for the gate. Let's move back over here and see if the animation changes at all. Alright, 8 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gate should open. Alright, so nice large. This is very reminiscent of what people were hoping, you know, in that opening trailer that we saw back in 2017. You know, flying into this sort of mimics that. Right on in, and a little bit of a load screen. Hopefully, not too long of one. Alright, looks like it's loading pretty quickly. Completing missions is the most effective way, so that's just pretty much the same. Woo! Let's see what this is all about. Hopefully it's new geometry, new kind of maps. Hopefully those maps are random. I don't know if it's just going to be one map or if it'll be multiple different maps based on where I enter these anomalies in Bastion. So, yep, different. Looks different right now. Some same stuff that I've seen in the past, but definitely a new type of map. Alright, respawn is restricted. Stormgate closes. What, can I exit back out the Stormgate? Or are we waiting for other people to enter? Looks like we got 2 people in here. So 3. Alright, so we got all 4 of us in here. Alright, so defeat Dominion guys. Alright, let's focus on helping these guys out. Need to do a combo. Nope, that's already happened. Alright, conjunction tier 1 started. Alright, so there should be 3 tiers and 3 chests. 3 chests locked, each one unlocked by completing these tiers. So it depends on how long, I guess, we stay in here. I don't know if a gate opens. I should probably be over here helping out my other guys instead of trying to do this solo. I can use some of their combos or some of their primers. Let's go over here with this guy, help him out. Alright, let's set up some... Alright, those guys seem to be clear. Was that tier 1? Nope, there's some guys over here. Let's go help these guys out. What are they? There's 2 guys there, but I don't want to necessarily leave this guy alone, so we'll go back over here. Alright, let's hit this guy.
These crystals are real, volatile, but very valuable.
Now everybody was asking for sort of a horde mode, and now we've got that. So 29 seconds, conjunction destabilizes, so we need to take this crystals out. Alright, so there's 1 crystal, let's go over here to the other crystal, 20 seconds, 18 seconds, let's get over here and take out this other crystal. I don't know if that kicks us out. I think this says if we don't kill these crystals, it'll kick us out and won't give us the next tier. So that was that end of tier 1? Are we in tier 2 now? There's that guy's out. Let's go back over here. It's good when I can see the other guys having already primed it. I can go over there and just ignite it. I've got 2 igniters, one with the grenade, one with the lance. I think it's called the lance. I need some of these guys to prime this. So my hitting consecutive times with a gun will add acid, which is a primer, and then I can ignite it with R1 or R2. Just got to watch for when other people prime. I can probably prime this guy on my own. Yeah, primed him with 3 shots. I can end it with that. By that time, I'm ready to shoot the next guy. My gear should have reloaded. But what I did like from my other build that I had, which was more of a... I'm calling it the railgun, I'm probably wrong, was that as soon as I hit a combo, it would reload instantly. as long as I ignited a combo. Alright, tier 1 is complete.
Careful. They may
One
be
chest
trying to
open.
regroup.
So here's the 3 chests. Tier 1 is complete. Let's see what we get in this chest. Alright, so we've got some Masterwork Embers. Okay, I'll accept that for tier 1. We better get some gear on tier 2. Alright, gates opening up for enemies. Let's just take these guys out with a nice ultimate.
Destroy the Shaper Crystal structure. Go on, now.
Alright, I'll move over for the Shaper Crystal. Start working on that. Someone might help me out.
Good.
Ooh, got frozen. Probably do some melee on this guy instead. Alright, that's one.
Task complete.
Need to back out so I don't get too overwhelmed by these guys. Throw a grenade in there. I am liking the battle here. I have heard some preview YouTube channels for the Cataclysm, the ones that had access to the PTS, the public test server on PC, say that they wish that this would just be endless. I don't know. I kind of like that there's an end, that there's 3. I can always just jump back into one. I'm assuming that I will be able to just jump into another anomaly that opens up in the other parts of the world. But we'll see. Oop, he phased away from me. Throw a grenade at him instead. Still had the primer on him. That's good. Alright, lots of scorpions. We got wolvens. We've got dominions. Are those dominion scorpions? I don't think I've ever seen the dominion augment a scorpion. Alright, was that tier 2? Nope, more enemies over here. Is there a guy over here? Nope, that's just shooting stuff out. Let's go help these guys. Hit this guy with a melee. Alright, that should prime him. Alright, initiate the combo. Let's prime this guy. So my melee primes and my gun primes. That's my 2 primers. I don't know if this guy's dead and he's going to phase out. He's just sort of a pet. Wouldn't that be cool to have... I know maybe it's... it goes against the Javelin code or the Freelancer code, but how the Dominion augments and controls some of the wild beasts. If we could have that ability, sort of take over some of the bad guys.
Careful, they may be trying to regroup.
Alright, so we completed tier 2. Alright, so it looks like we completed tier 2. Guy open, so we are getting gear in the 2nd tier. Got a masterwork and an epic. Again, I wish we wouldn't get epics in the Grandmaster.
They seem more volatile.
Alright, hopefully we get just masterwork in the final one. Maybe even a chance at legendary. But we should get maybe even some minor or major crystals.
And that's the first.
Alright, so this has a shield on it, it looks like. So we just got to come at it from a different direction. Alright, that's the 2nd and final.
Task complete.
Let's focus on these guys. Prime them first. Oh, already took him out. Oh, there's a guy there. Looks like a wolven. Prime.
There's a brute
Boom.
that's been corrupted by Shaper Crystals.
Oh, don't worry about that. We'll take a brute. Oh, okay. I've seen this guy before. Hopefully we can get a couple of primes on him. Looks like that prime didn't hold. Let's see if I can get one on him. Come on. There we go. A little bit of a combo. That guy just looks like he's focused on me and he wants to charge me. So that Ursix is... Oh, it doesn't look like I'm... Oh, don't get this guy get close to me. Oh, he is coming after me. Oh, back up, back up. Don't let him get too close to you. A couple of combos. See if I can prime him, get this combo out. It seems like the combo triggers. He may be immune to this type of attack. So let's see if I can prime him. This grenades combo. Okay, my grenades combo. Oh, don't charge me. Alright, I need to take some of these smaller guys out so I can build my ultimate. I think I've still got my critical health instant build. Alright, so I need to prime him first. So it looks like somebody else did, but I missed that grenade shot. Oh, a little bit crowded. Just waiting for my ultimate to build. I am liking this, kind of almost like a mini stronghold. Alright, my ultimate is built. Let's get back over. Let's get away from this guy. Let's hit this guy hard. Alright, just a little bit. Nope, don't want to use that one because it don't hit him. Good combos there. Somebody else want to prime him? Prime. Come on, prime him. Nope. Alright, I think I might have tossed it just the right time. A little bit of a prime, throw a grenade, ignite the prime him again. Waiting for the reload. Alright, looks like there's some smaller enemies around me I need to get away from. Alright, let's take this guy here down. Try to build up my ultimate. I need to remember to prime first. I guess one thing I do like about the R1 not instantly shooting is sometimes I inadvertently hit it, but charging it is almost sort of like a "Are you sure?" So I think I do like that a little bit. Alright, a little bit of a frozen. Oop, got my ultimate built. Go over here and use it on this guy. Oh, I think I might have just wasted that. I triggered it while I was flying forward. I don't necessarily like that if you're flying forward. You know, I'm used to sometimes flying forward and then using R1 or R2 to kind of stop myself in mid-flight. That is not the same for the Ranger's ultimate. It will actually continue to... I don't know what I'm trying to say. Oh, we failed it? Oh, did we run out of time? How do we... No, we were... How did we fail that? Oh, that's a bummer. How did we fail that one? I'm not 100% sure. It didn't seem like we were running out of... I mean, we had 5 seconds, but... Anyway, that's a bummer. I was hoping to see what we'd get out of that third chest. Alright, so I do like that, that gate opening. I don't think anybody likes loading screens. I don't like loading screens. I wish it would just sort of quickly jump you into another area. Does it kind of answers to that, you know, not maybe on the grander scale. I mean, it does have a gate that opens up and that you fly into, which they showed in the 2017 trailer. That everybody's like, where's that Anthem? And, you know, obviously a lot of the graphics and animations have been, you know, scaled back a little bit. I don't put a lot of weight in trailers. I know almost every game company does it. Their trailer is never going to fully represent what you're going to experience all the time. I know they kind of hype it up. You know, a lot of companies do it. A little bummed that we didn't get to the third stage. Alright, we will fly around a little bit. I don't know if a new gate appears instantly in Freeplay. Let's quickly look at the map. I don't see another one on the map. Yep, there's one right here. So there is one. Spire's anomaly. So far, I will take it as there's always an anomaly ready or preparing to open. It's opening in 12 minutes. The other one was about 15 minutes. So if there's always an anomaly preparing to open, I'm cool with that. it always gives me something that I can go join. It's sort of like a mini stronghold. Will those go away probably at the end of the Cataclysm event? Now, I think they said that the Cataclysm is supposed to last, I don't know if it was 8 weeks total, and if the PTS was part of that. But I would imagine we would get at least... taking out these turrets is actually one of my challenges. Alright, so the gate is going to open up. I do have it marked. It's always available to me. I do like that I could mark it and that I don't have to find out where that's at. A lot of people were complaining that there wasn't enough navigation points. So that helps. I think I have a basic understanding, maybe a above average understanding of the layout, where Shadows of Freemark is at, where the Academy Ruins is at, where Bastion is at. I don't know, is that the gate right there? That would be cool that, as long as that animation is showing. I like how it's bringing stuff in. Oh, I should have hit, looks like I'm going to have to go underwater anyway. This never gets old. Going underwater, cooling off. Alright, so this doesn't look like this is the next gate.
Why are brutes attracted to these crystals? Oh, and be careful.
So it looks like even though the gate may not be opening, the animation still shows. I think they should add sort of the iconography that I have clicked on there. It should actually show sort of that Stormgate symbol, showing that that's what I have clicked there. But it looks like the gates on some of the other areas still appear to be given the sort of spiraling sun, I guess you could call it, even though the gate's not opening right away. Alright, we'll do one more of these gates. Hopefully we can get to Tier 3 and actually complete it. Alright, so is this the gate that's opening? Or is it not? Looks like it's still pushing me to a new area, or a different area. So I think that could be a nice, what should I call it, yeah, a lot of that didn't load. It looked like it almost had that was a huge pop in. So what I was saying is, I'm getting these waypoints to go into to show me where I need to go. But then when I see a gate, man, that's a lot of pop in. They need to fix that. That's a lot of pop in. Yeah, that was a little bit too much. Let's see, back over here. Alright, so as I get distracted by some of the pop-in, a lot more than I've seen in the past. So these waypoints that I'm flying to, if I see one of those spiraling suns, the anomalies, spiraling anomalies, it looks as if the waypoint is taking me to that one, but it's actually not. So I would say if it's not a anomaly that's about to open, don't show the spiraling sun, spiraling anomaly animation. I'm imagining that it's taking me to where I need to go. I don't know, it almost feels like it's taking me the long way. I mean, it was a one end of the map to the other.
Tatin has asked for our help finding an agent that has not reported in.
Instant cool. Alright, so 7 minutes. Yeah, so as I approach this, then I would see that animation. But I guess the waypoint does switch over to the Stormgate icon over that spiraling anomaly.
The sky's progressed. I'm thinking those cloud formations might be gates of some sort. They appear to be closed.
Oh,
for now.
excuse me. So that combo usually kicks pretty much any minor enemy's butt. Just prime them once I get the icon. So prime, 1, 2, 3. Oh, probably need a little bit more. I'll wait for that icon to pop. But usually that, once I get a guy primed and then I hit him with the igniter, that will usually always kill an enemy. So this gate opens in 6 minutes. I don't know if I have time to go over and hit that world event. I mean, this is essentially a world event as well. Alright, so we'll try one more of these storm gates. I hope I don't have to go into it solo. Maybe some other players come over here and join me. If not, I don't know if I'm going to fly into it. I don't think I can survive a GM2 storm gate by myself. Definitely I won't be able to get it done in time, I don't think. So I may not enter that one. If I don't have a couple other guys join up over here, then I will skip this one and then we'll go do a little bit of the mission. See if we get any new cutscenes. One thing I am noticing is it would be nice to see more enemies pop up around. Not just crystals that I have to shoot, so some enemies would be cool to fight while I'm waiting. But right now I'm not seeing any. There's a couple of crystals that pop up. Alright, 5 minutes. Let's go do some Champion of Tarsus stuff. Sometimes I'll get Champion of Tarsus for taking down and collecting chimeric compounds or harvesting. So we will... Oh, here comes some enemies. That's what I want to do. I want to fight some stuff while I'm waiting. I don't know. I'll jump in and try to see if I can do it on my own. I don't think I'm going to be able to. I think it's going to be a little bit too hard for me to do it solo. It'd be cool if I could get a gear that primes and detonates itself. I get two loads of the oh, that's sort of a residual damage going on that guy. Man, that acid really burns these guys quick. So I put acid on it. Look, it just burns right through that guy without me having to do anything else. Aren't these acid-based enemies? See, watch. Let me hit this guy. Watch that acid just burn through that guy. I thought the green guys were acid-based already. Wouldn't they be immune to it? Let me get a prime on him. Covers him in acid. Burns right through him. Done. So I think some of the first ones that I was fighting, they were just blowing up sort of as they got in close proximity to me. But that acid is doing a pretty good number on them already. Yeah, I think most of the time they're just blowing up on their own. Alright, so good. I'm glad that there's some enemies that I can sit here and fight. It doesn't look like they've raised the experience level cap which I was hoping that they would do because I'm getting experience for killing some of these guys, but it's not doing anything for my pilot level. I ran out of ammo there. Ammo packs would be cool. I mean, I have some sigils that I could equip that would give me a larger ammo capacity, I think, or ammo clip. But sort of if I didn't have any ammo or they weren't dropping any, I could just... I'm getting some right here, though. Maybe if I had a higher repair drop rate and a lower ammo drop rate, I could instead have a sort of a sigil, or like those drones. Maybe a drone would bring me ammo to fully load my weapon. That would be a cool little addition. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be spending a lot of time in the Cataclysm. It's probably going to be one of the last times I'm going to be streaming for a while. So I'm going to use it all for Anthem. I've sort of been a bachelor for the last couple of weeks, almost 2 months. Family comes back from a trip, and I will be focusing mostly of my time on them. I might try to do maybe a late night stream, maybe on the weekends. Once the family has gone to bed, I might try to jump in there, but I am going on a business trip myself, sort of on a remote, in a remote area. I can get cell phone service out there, but the Wi-Fi services aren't great. I'll probably still be able to play Anthem, 35 seconds for the gate, but I don't know how well streaming is going to work, because I normally just use my phone to create a wireless hotspot and I play that way. Alright, 20 seconds on the gate. Ooh, large crystal over here that I can try to destroy. I think I took out most of the enemies. Oh, nope, don't want to destroy that crystal. I want to destroy this one right here. I don't think I'm going to be able to survive inside this gate. Alright, so the gate should be opening. Gate is open. Nice, massive increase in size. That does sort of remind me of that 2017 Anthem trailer.
Look, we can head up into that storm cloud now.
I know. I'm going to try to destroy this crystal first before I jump up there. I've got about a minute before it closes, 45 seconds to be exact. Might give some other players a chance to jump over here and try to arrive if they're coming off. It looks like maybe they are. I kind of see them off over here to the side. Maybe they are approaching. Is that some of my friends over there coming to join? I don't know if I want to go into this thing on my own. They've got about 16 seconds to get over here. There's 3 of them. I think they just jumped into the game. I don't know if I'll jump in there, but I don't think I'm gonna. All right, let's go. I don't know if I'm gonna be even able to get in there. Oh, I just grabbed it. Maybe I just grabbed it. I don't think anybody else is going to be in here with me. I don't think they arrived in time. I think I was in that server a little bit by myself before I got 3 other guys. It looked like they were rushing over here to try to get to it, but I don't think I'm going to survive in this one. We will see. It is a different layout. That is cool. So they are different maps. It's either specific to
real, yet not real. It doesn't
specific to this
We
area.
have to keep it out. Whatever exists in this place came from somewhere else. We have to keep it out of ours.
I think the enemies seem to be the same difficulty level. There's just a lot of them. Again, I don't think I'm going to be able to survive these guys on my own. Because these enemies are very difficult.
Nearby, but more volatile.
I'll try to survive. I just don't think I'm going to be able to.
Powerful scar. Be ready.
Alright, let's get over and try to take these crystals out without running into walls. I think I still have my critical build. I don't think I'm going to be able to take these crystals out in time. Yeah, I don't. I think it's going to kick me out if I don't take both of these crystals down. Yeah, it's going to destabilize if I can't take these out, and I'm not going to be able to get both of them. So I don't think it's very... it's not realistic to try to do this solo. I don't think it's even possible. It's probably going to kick me out. I'm going to fail. Okay, so world event failed. Yeah, you definitely need to come into these with a group of 4. That might be an issue if, sort of like what I had, I didn't even get any of these 3 chests. So, yeah, I won't jump into another... Maybe I could do that on GM1. Maybe I'll try that in the near future. Definitely not doable on GM2 solo. I can survive in... Looked like I could survive for a little while. I wasn't just going to die instantly. Yeah, wow. I think those guys were rushing to try to join me. But... Alright, I think it would be a good idea to jump into that mission and see if I get any cutscenes. I would like to see those. And... Or maybe we should go to the Cataclysm first. Alright, so this gate... Let's see if... Do I have another one open? I'm not going to go to it. I just want to see if there's always an open gate. Let's see here. Don't see one over here. I'm being shot at. Yep. Alright, so there's a gate right here. So it looks like there's always an open gate. But I'm going to go ahead and exit out of here. And then I will jump into a... Maybe jump into the Cataclysm? Yeah, I think I should jump into one round of the Cataclysm so I can at least get used to that. Alright, so that was a look a little bit at the free play. The biggest changes, obviously, are the gates opening up. Be able to fly into those. It is reminiscent somewhat, much on a smaller scale. Expedition complete, recording victories. Yeah, this they also need to fix. It's recording victories. It's not going to show me exactly what I gathered, points. And at my level, it doesn't really do much for me. All it does is show animation of the legendary, not the legendary, or legendaries if I do pick them up. But I did pick up some masterwork. So I'm going to skip results, but I'll still be able to see the what I picked up. So I got cold-blooded ×2 masterwork, different roll. I should have no luck on any of these things. If I do show, it'll all be armor in place of that. All right, so that's that. You're over my vault limit. I can't go into expeditions. All right, so I have to go to Fort Tarsus, and we will jump back over there real quick, burn a bunch of stuff in the vault, and then we'll jump into the Cataclysm. So what are my thoughts? I do like the horde modes, jumping into one of the gates. I do like that the gates seem to be constantly spawning, give opportunity and chance for people to load in, get from one end of the map, maybe do a interim world event. I do like the chest system, 3 tiers. I don't necessarily like you go into one of these world events, going in through the gate, and then finding that like chest 1 is just sort of some embers. Chest 2 seemed to start giving gear. I didn't get a chance to look at chest 3. Ran out of time, it looked like. I'll try to see if GM1 is doable inside of the open gates. It definitely was not doable to be able to take out 2 crystals with 1 player. So I wouldn't recommend going into an anomaly on your own, GM2, at this point. It looks like I've got a loading bug here. I might have to... nope. See, I think the bug there is just it's not showing the bar. So it's definitely going to make a couple of people think, oh, am I bugged or what? So I've got 203 minor crystals. All right, so let's go into the vault. 8 items, 8, 15. A lot of stuff. Components, I've got a ton. Alright, so let's go into... Alright, so melee is different. I am the ranger. Let's see what we got for melee slots. So, shock mace. Shock mace level 1. Power level... Alright, so let's definitely keep that. I think I can't burn the common, the standard starting anything. So starting weapons, starting gear, starting components. You can never burn those. You don't want to ever not have one. But I'll definitely add that. Components, basic. Alright, so I've got some legendaries that I already have equipped. I try to keep a hold of some of my masterworks so I can build those differently. Let's just say, I think we can go faster if we move to junk. It goes a little bit faster, and then I can burn it all at once. Weapons. Sorry guys, I'm going to have to burn a little bit of stuff. Maybe I won't do all of it. There's already a bunch of different things for those guys. Let's do assault rifles. Burn that, burn that. I'll just burn a couple of them. I'll burn all the epic stuff and any epics or rares. Let's go into gear. Alright, so Ranger's got a bunch of items that I need to burn. Yeah, I'm way maxed out. Alright. I'm not going to be able to burn these last two. Seems to be loading in. Oh, I can't burn those because, okay. And I can't burn these two because those are starting. Alright, consumables for the Ranger. Don't want to burn those. Let's burn a couple more gear pieces for the Colossus. Again, only rares and epics. I wish you could select... Alright, so I want to burn all epics or rares. I can just tell the system, hey, I only want to burn epics and rares, keep all masterwork stuff. Alright, so that should be enough now, and then I can go into the junk area and then just salvage all of them at once. Saves a little bit of time. Maybe it even saves a lot of time. So, yeah, I've got tons of all this stuff. They need to find better ways of crafting that would be cool. Alright, so let's jump out of here. And let's go into the Cataclysm. See what's changed there. Alright, so from what I remember watching the 1PTS and the live stream from BioWare themselves. Alright, so Echoes of Reality. Alright, Cataclysm, options, inversions. What's that? Alright, Turbo Gear. Gear recharge rate is increased. Okay. And then Ultimate Boost. Ultimate meter from kills is increased. Okay. Time remaining 6 days. So we have 6 days of this, I guess. A week of the Echoes of Reality. I don't know if that's going to give us something else. And then I have a Tip of the Spear as well. So let's jump into the Cataclysm. Let's do Grandmaster 1. Let's get a feeling for it and not feel too overwhelmed. And let's go ahead and put consumables in. Let's put the standard armor, gear, and combo. Sigils. Armor, combo, and then gear. Alright, so we got those three. Alright, we are in Grandmaster 1, Echoes of Reality, Cataclysm. Let's launch. Alright, so first look at the Cataclysm. I went through about a good... So this right here I wish that they would have in every launch. And sometimes this animation cuts out. So far, first... So that cut out a little early. She should have risen up out of frame a little bit. It looked like it cut out a little bit early there. But sometimes it'll start at the feet, the camera will, and it'll cut out right away without actually going up and looking at the entire javelin. And looking at that, being able to see your javelin, see sort of the different customizations you've done to it, is just sort of a nice way of looking at your javelin. Sort of in this epic, I'm about to go ready, all geared up, good to go. Sometimes that cuts out. So hopefully they finish that. They definitely need to work on the loading screen bug. It looks like it's projecting fairly well this time. But, you know, loading screens, when they are there, if you don't show a progress bar, people are going to feel like, am I in a bug? Am I frozen? Do I need to reset? Right now, I'm just assuming that the load has progressed to at least 80%, 90%, and I'll see the bar jump to catch up. So those two things aren't necessarily talking to each other. Things that I'm expecting for going into the Cataclysm. Maybe a cutscene. Maybe some introduction to what I'm supposed to be doing. Hopefully I don't go into it too blind. I'll figure it out even if they don't give me a primer or a tutorial. There was complaints about a blue filter. Just, you know, putting a blue filter says, oh, you're now in a storm with a couple tree animations. Hopefully they have more debris flying around. Much of what we saw in the 2017 trailer, seeing those javelins, you know. But that was in the Freeplay area. The storm would start to brew and you'd see things getting thrown around and just... that was an epic trailer. And like I said, I don't put a lot of weight into trailers to present exactly what the players are going to experience. It sort of is misleading. A lot of studios do it. Alright, so... Alright, Turbo Gear, okay, inversion. This week's inversions are also viewable from the map.
There
Alright.
seems to be a small pocket of stability. You can recover from the storm in here.
Alright, so I do have a tutorial.
Wait a moment. The Cataclysm is still reforming around you.
Did I mention I hate using the egress?
We have to be in and out quickly. This storm is ripping our reality apart. Starting with you.
This place looks so normal. I don't know why, but that creeps me out.
Oh, it's definitely creepy. It's a new reality that's trying to replace our own. If it succeeds, Vara really could replace everything and everyone we know, and it would just be normal.
Okay, so a little bit of reading there. I probably wasted about a minute going through that. I still have to read the Cataclysm tutorial. The storm outside is deadly. Your stability meter shows how long you can survive, which is up at the top. Shoot energy rifts to create temporary safe zones that will replenish your stability. Defeated enemies can drop cymatic notes that also replenish stability. 13 minutes to go. Score points as you defeat enemies. Find secrets and complete events with the icon there with the Cataclysm. Spiral. Completing events increases your stability meter and adds multiplier to your score. The storm also grants an additional 2x score multiplier. Defeating Vera doubles your total score. I believe Vera is the final boss. I can go straight to her, but I want to increase my multiplier. Your scored points determine your leaderboard ranking and are converted into minor crystals at the end of the expedition. So score as many as you can. Okay, so as I can see, I do remember this being... I do see some waves happening out there. It does look relatively clear. It looks like some of the other javelins that are over there have created that. And... okay, so not only filter, but it is a little bit more hazy. The waves seem to be splashing more, some lightning bolts. It is still sort of a haze filter, but I'm okay with a little bit of a warping in the screen. But I got to get over here. You can see that meter down there just underneath my compass. All right, so let's get into here. This guy's going to save this guy. Is that what you're doing? All right, good. All right, let's focus on enemies.
Stability is at lethal levels.
All right, let's get those combos going.
The pocket of stable reality collapsed. Vara, or the Cataclysm, is still trying to keep it at bay.
All right, so do I need to jump up on these and shut them down, or do those shut down? All right, hold to interact. All right, I'm taking damage. Can I get this? All right, so that one's going down. Let's bust her out of there. All right, I am taking damage. I'm taking damage from what? All right, I'm going to have to use my ultimate. Let's... there's an enemy over here. This is the guy. Let's shoot this guy down. All right, so that took him out. Let's get back... oh, big guy there. That one's already shut down. All right, let's get some combos out here. All right, so not a lot of damage coming off that. Oh, there's a ton of Valkyries over here.
Well done.
All right, so the shield just went down.
Nice work.
You want to face me? Very well. I'll be waiting.
Alright, so these are arenas, I imagine, that have just opened up.
That's helped stabilize you.
Alright, so these little crystals right here stabilize me. Those are new. Didn't notice those in the... Alright, so we're still getting epic stuff. Let's follow... Do I want to follow my other guys? Do they know where they're going? Have they done this before? Oh, I see. So the... looks like maybe somebody had shot this up here to keep the stability shield up. Alright, so eventually we're going to have to get out of here. Time remaining is 13 minutes.
This looks complicated. What's all this for?
The reality inside this cataclysm is incredibly unstable. I think Vara's made these things to just keep it all together.
So shutting these down is making the storm less stable. Is that a good idea?
Yes, we want this reality to collapse. If it doesn't, it will displace our entire world.
It looks like it's, I don't know, I apologize there, guys, if you're
an echo
hearing
inside
me.
that field.
I'm streaming right
There
now,
must be
so
something to shut it down nearby.
if that bothers you, let me know. Yeah, it seems that my mic is open and it's voice to text. So let me see if I can stop that from happening. Yeah, I'm not sure how to turn that off there, guys. Alright, let's, I mean, the text-to-speech is fairly decent, though. Alright, let's go over here to these guys. Apologies, guys, for the texts down to the left. My mic is, for some reason, I can't close that text-to-speech. Alright, we got a 4 times multiplier. Score right now is 9,026. Let's get over here to these guys. I'm inside the bubble. Let's help out Eric. Can you not, seems to be a glitch not being able to help these guys. Okay, that helped him. Guess I want to stand inside of these spheres. I do like the layout of the map, though.
Follow me. Need some help. I need assistance. I'm in trouble here.
Where are you at? Who's in trouble? Eric? Alright, Eric, I'm on my way.
Perfect, thanks.
Do I go over there? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I'm in trouble here. Stay on my 6.
Alright, so Eric's doing a good job of kind of leading a bit.
That device, I think it was made to hold an echo.
Oh, okay,
Don't enter
gotcha.
that field while you're carrying anything.
Need some help. Hey, give me a hand.
Alright,
Guys need more
on
echoes
my
to
way, Eric.
expose
You're doing
the
a good
crystal.
job of at least
They must be
communicating.
here somewhere.
Where you at, Eric? Alright, on my way over here.
I'll take point. Come on.
So I guess these, I gotta go to each one of these things and pick up I think the other one should be open by now. So that's 2. It's 1 of 3. Is that the second one that Miser, are you putting that one there? All right. Eric, we're getting there. I think we're trying to learn what we're doing here. So I have to get these. Take the echoes underwater. Yeah, okay, Eric. Eric, how do we get the echoes?
Need some help.
Over here. Okay, got it. All right, I've got 1 echo. Do both echoes have to be done down there at the same time?
You've stabilized somewhat.
All right, let me go down there. I'll take the echo down here. I guess maybe they have to be placed at the right time, right? Am I holding on to one, Eric? I'm waiting for one more person. Alright, so there's one. Am I waiting for the other person to get theirs? Alright, so we all going in here now? Alright, so we need to go back out and get more echoes. Yeah, Eric, we're not helping you out enough, I don't think, so not 100% sure. Do we have to go through to the other side? Yeah, so it's still showing 0 of 5. Where are these other echoes at?
By my estimate, you have about 5 minutes left in there.
Yeah, sorry, Eric. We're not doing too good. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure why the echoes disappear. Eric, yeah, I can hear you. You know, I'm not 100% sure myself, so... Oh, all of us have to be in here? Alright, so do you want me to pick up one of these two out here? Okay, I'll get both of these. Alright. I think that might have been me once or twice. I'm not 100% sure. So Alright, so I had two of them in my hand, but they went back into those. So I can't pass through that field with these two, right? Okay, so I've got two of them. I'm coming back up top, and I just put them in one of those two arrows, right? Okay, so I'm moving back over here. Okay, so there's one. And there's the second one. Yeah, we used a lot of time on that.
Nicely done.
Fine. You want a battle? You can have one.
How do you unlock the echoes? Because they're usually behind like a shield. Okay, got that. Alright, so chest is down here. Yeah, I don't know why the text-to-speech is picking up my mic. I didn't ask it to do that. Alright, where did you go off to? Alright, I'm coming your way then. Are you talking with those other guys? Okay. Man, I hope they unlock this as sort of a free play area once the Cataclysm is over. Okay, that works. Yeah, this is my first foray into the Cataclysm, so I'm a little new on the procedure.
I'm detecting a shaper relic in pieces.
A cataclysm starting inside a cataclysm?
I don't want to like hold you here, but I'm all for puzzles.
It's not what she does.
But the Dominion does break and manipulate relics all the time.
Alright, so I maybe only pick one of these up at a time.
In Vara's mind, messing up a relic is how you get results. Silence it to end whatever she started here.
And take it to the middle, maybe? Stand in the middle of this thing? No. Let's see. Maybe shoot the middle? Alright, that gives us the shield back. Alright, so I'm carrying one thing and it's shooting it over here to these plinths.
None shall threaten the spear.
Stability increased.
So do you still get the score and the effort? But you'll get something for your time. Man, those Valkyries are a pain.
One minute left.
I feel like I'm spending too much time fighting versus puzzle solving.
I will return.
So I'm going to pick up one of these things. And it looks like we have to put something together.
The field stripped off everything you were carrying.
I feel like we have to take it up here to this thing.
Stability is at lethal levels.
Hey, give me a hand.
There's no more time. I'm pulling you out.
Well, it is fun. Score 123,000. Yep, sorry we didn't really do a good job helping you out there. Yeah, I'll do that. Alright, so I'm not going to get a look at the expedition results. Alright, just got a friend request from a player that I was in the Cataclysm with. I am going to probably end the stream right there. That was a quick look at the Cataclysm. Lots of puzzles in there, so as I learn more about that, I'll jump in on another stream probably tonight once I kind of focus in there, because I can't necessarily talk with the stream when I'm trying to work with the other guys that I'm actually in the Cataclysm with. So let's go into Fort Tarsus for now. We'll end the stream there, and I'm going to jump back in with a player into the Cataclysm, and I will start another stream very shortly back into Anthem and the Cataclysm, and we'll jump into one of the missions, and we'll see what it's like from there. I thank you guys for jumping in. Sorry, Long Easy. I didn't answer any of your stuff that you were jumping in there. You got your butt kicked in Madden. Yeah, I'll definitely start up another stream. I'm going to end it right now and then jump over to playing on some Cataclysm outside the stream, and then I'll jump in and start another stream after I get a little bit more familiar with the Cataclysm. But that was a quick look at it. I'm enjoying it. I like the puzzles. The text-to-speech thing seemed to be picking up my voice the entire time. I like the storm. It definitely feels like I'm in a storm. It's not just a filter. I think any time you see... Ooh, I got one major crystal. And I'm almost at 60,000 coins to buy to be able to buy a javelin armor set of my choice when it does come up. But yeah, I am enjoying it. It's another element to Anthem, a game I already love. It gives me other things to do. I know it took a long time, but I'm glad they put their attention on it. And I will see you guys on the next stream very soon. Today, I'll start another stream here in a couple hours. But I'm going to get a little more familiar with the Cataclysm, some of the puzzles. But the next stream I'll jump into a mission or contract right away. So thanks for jumping in. Thanks for watching. If you're watching this later and not live, I'll be doing a lot more Cataclysm streams next week, and probably a No Man's Sky if my secluded island Wi-Fi hotspot works through my phone. We'll see. I don't think it's going to work all that well, but I'll definitely try to throw in some more streams tonight, as I've already said. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll check you later very, very soon.